What up, man?
I'm here for a reason to deliver a message, and I'm gonna articulate it the best way I can to you. But I am gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I am not sparing. I can't help how people feel in life, right? Anybody?
Oh Lord.
Here he go.
Don't worry. I don't. Me that.
Cause I'm the hostess with the mostest. Like, come on now, we gotta put some butter on it. He's not stubborn. He knows that you got to go with the flow and be like water. That's not stubborn. He has no containment. He is the containment.
Get you a word. Nana nana boo boo.
What up, though? It's the word. You see the title. We about to get into it. But before we get into that, let me get into the chat. Dee Dee. What up, though, Dee? Appreciate you, sir. What up, 9G? What up, my 33 brother? Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Hey, I just wanted to hop on real quick and have this conversation, right? I wanted to welcome everybody to the 9. We're building a community over here. A lot of y'all been partaking in it. People who listen to it live, people who listen to it on the replay. I just want to say welcome. I want to say I appreciate you. And buckle up. We're going for a ride. But, at the beginning of this year, I was using the term intentional, right? I want to be intentional with things. So I wanted to say welcome, I was telling the 9, like, I'm going to welcome people to the 9 today. They're like, oh, who? Everyone and anyone who's listening to this, anyone who's supporting, anyone looking for an environment that promotes development, promotes progression, that promotes becoming better. That's our motto over here. A better you is a better us, meaning the better we are individually, the better we are collectively. So, that being said, I wanted to say welcome. Like Commander always said, if you support, you're part of the nine. And it's true, because we come together, we have conversations, we joke around, we play, and then we go about our way. I'm just being intentional because when you're intentional with things, you assume responsibility, right? Responsibility, that the responsibility of making things work, right? So even in a community, think about your family, right? The reason I want to be intentional is because guess what? Things happen in life. We'll have differences, we'll have disagreements, but like in a family, what you do, you talk it out. You work on it, you work through it. You don't allow that to, a simple misunderstanding or disagreement. You don't allow one experience to tear down everything you've been building as far as a relationship. And that's why I want to be intentional, because I want us to grow together. That was my intent. I'm a content creator, but that's by default. My intent wanting to come on here and make content. I seen potential and I wanted to come on here and network and build with people. In doing so, I became a content creator. So content creation is what I do, but that's not who I am. Who I am is I'm a father, I'm a husband, I'm a brother, I'm a son. I'm someone who experienced life, got kicked around, knocked around, and learned from it. And I'm coming to share that information, just like all of us are. I have to be intentional because my intentions on coming on here is not to create content, not to become popular, but to network. But in doing so, in doing content, sometimes those lines blurred a little bit, right? Sometimes I forgot why I was on here, and I started focusing more on the content. But the content, if I focus on why I came here, the content will just flow, because my intention is to be a resource, right? Why do I want to be a resource? Because I want other people to be resources to me. Because I learned one thing in life: to get things done, you need people. No matter where you go in life, no matter who you are, is some type of assistance, some type of cooperation, some type of help that you got along the way to become you. And I recognize that. And another thing I recognize is everyone don't have that. Right? I've been fortunate in life. Tay each y'all. What up, Nine? Appreciate you, sis. Appreciate you. Looking back at my life and looking how I overcame a lot of things, I had assistance, I had help. I had people around me who was willing to guide me, walk me through, sometimes push me through, but everyone don't have that. Why don't everyone have that? Because people don't belong to nothing, and then I started saying, well, why don't people belong to groups or communities or tribes or villages? Because of experiences. A lot of people been taken advantage of, straight dogged out when joining groups and stuff like that. And I understand that. That's why I created the environment that I did, with the intentions, my intention. I can't say things won't happen because they will. That's life. But my intention is to create an environment where we all can grow, we all can flourish. And how do we do that? By cooperating, by working with one another, by helping one another. That's how that can happen. So that environment, I didn't see it was on here. A lot of times when people come on here, they create something and it's for them. They benefit. And it's other people who participate and support them into what they're doing. That's what mainly all content creators do, right? And ain't nothing, I'm not knocking that. I'm not saying nothing wrong with that, but I'm saying I did something different or I'm doing something different. I'm creating something where we all can benefit. We all can network. We all can grow, So that's what the 9 is. 9 is an idea of If I become better, the people around me become better. If the people around me become better, the environment becomes better. If the environment becomes better, the world becomes better. That's my idea. That's what the 9% is. 9% of us will understand that and work towards that. Only 9. It's not going to be a big group, not going to be a big community, ain't going to be a big tribe, because that's just not what it is. But creating that, if you will, lighthouse, being that beacon so people can see, hey, we over here. That's what I am. That's what this is. I'm going to be the beacon, because there's a lot of things that has to be done that most people don't think can be done, like people coming together. Why don't that work? Because one of the main reasons is when people come together, they don't have a reason to come together. They have no why. So when they come together, any little thing trumps. Okay, this is happening. There's no why we need to get over it. So people don't get over stuff. People don't work through stuff. People don't fix things. There's no why. So here's the why. Becoming better. Not just for you, but for your family. Not just for your family, but for your community. Not just for your community, but everyone, the world. Be that piece of positivity in the world and spread that like cancer. So that's what we building. That's what we doing. So I just wanted to welcome everyone to the community of the 9. And like I said, you don't have to take no blood oath. You ain't got to fill out no paperwork, nothing like that. It's just support us intentionally coming together. So if I say what up 9, that's what up 9. Now within that community, we have a tribe. And that tribe is the 9%. That's me, that's Gary, that's Tay, that's Commander, that's B2B, that's Santina, that's Cat Daddy, that's the 9, that's the tribe. Now, we just a little bit more intentional of what we doing, networking, building together. But we can still build within the community. And if you want to partake in that tribe, then it's conversation, Definitely, I want you to understand what we're getting into, because what we doing is building. We building ourselves and we building the brand. But we building. Lady Shay, what up though? And just like in any community, you don't lose your identity. You don't lose your individuality. No, you don't lose that. You are who you are. That's what makes you valuable. That's what makes you special, is your individualism. You don't lose that. We all just had a common understanding. We're here to become better. That's why we're here. We're here to become better. We're here to make one another better. That's why we're here. Who can't get down with that? People who ain't trying to become better. That's who. And that's all right. It's not for everybody. Self-development ain't easy. People say they want better, but they ain't willing to do better. And it's not easy. It's work. It's trial and error. It's ups and downs. You'll fail at a lot of things. And that's okay, because when you're in a community, you got people to help you, support you, guide you. Like I said, everyone don't have those people around them. So why not create it? If you don't have a community, why not create one? Why not? Eventually people will get tired of the same old. They get tired of it. And when they do, there's a community over here. I hear people say, ain't no safe spaces on the internet. Well, it is here, because we're not here for that. I don't come online to dump my pain on anyone. If I'm not having a bad day, if I'm having a bad day, a lot of times I don't even go live. I won't go live. Now, I don't want to transfer that energy to nobody. That's mine. I'm responsible for it. I make it happen. I transmit. That's one of the things I live by, is not to take my anger out on other people, because I've had that done to me throughout my lifetime. My stepdad, oh man, I had that done. So I take precautions. So I won't do that. So I won't come online, because if I'm having a bad day and somebody move funny, I can't promise you I won't snap. So to prevent that, I just, stay away from things that may trigger me. That's something, I worked on. That's something I still work on, because I can get to a point where, we human, right? So it take a lot, but I can get there. I've been there. So, but yeah, so that's what we doing. So I just wanted to say what up, though. I just wanted to say, and yeah, I'm gonna start doing some uploads. Yeah, I'm still trying to get. I guess I don't want to say motivation, but it's just a lot going on at one time, right? And just finding the energy to put into this, because I don't want to half-ass do it. I can come on here and talk, but to do an actual show, I got to be into it, and I just got a lot going on right now. So, coming on here talking, that's fine. We can do that, but yeah, I gotta do something to revive the channel. I know I took a lot of time off. I've been taking a lot of time off, but yeah, just going live, going vertical. But in the next couple of weeks, I just don't have that much time. But after the new year, we'll be rocking and roll. After the new year, I have a lot of time. It's just crunch time, trying to get all this stuff done before the end of the year. I got birthdays. I got 2 kids in December, 3 siblings. I don't even know how many cousins. I probably got like 6 to 7 cousins' birthday in December. And then, the holidays. So it's just a lot going on. My mom's birthday Monday, OG birthday Monday. And we got my nephews all day tomorrow. So, yeah, it's just life. This is one of the busy times. And then just getting myself together. I've been having little medical issues or whatever, but I'm straight. I'm good, though. I'm good. Just got to take care of myself. Oh, yeah, always. And you know what? Honestly, this is the thing, though. The more I'm off here, the more it's hard to get back on here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even, usually I'll be going through the app, saying who live, checking this. I've just been preoccupied with a lot of other things. That time I put into other things, but yeah, it's just the more I'm away, the further, So I gotta come back. I think I can go live on Instagram now, so that's interesting. I think I can go live on Instagram, so I might play with that a little bit. But yeah, it's just I don't know, man. I'm hearing, so everything I've been saying for the last 2 years, I'm hearing other people. I'm seeing it resurface, right? And that's cool, because that means it's like people waking up, people seeing things, or it's just finding people who be on the same thing or who have similar understanding. Like when I was saying that Priscilla Queenmaker, it was interesting how that was the first time I heard someone on here since I've been on here compare reading and verbal language. Saying the comprehension level of people is at a 6th grade. And that's not an insult. It's not an insult, but it's just I seen that. That's why I talk about the things I do. That's why I break down the concepts. And it's not, if you only aware of things that you know. And just growing up here in America, they don't equate comprehension to verbal language. Only time I seen comprehension was in reading, reading comprehension. But that's a thing. Comprehending. That's why I talk so much about it. Most people understand things, they don't take the time to comprehend because it's an art. You have to take your time. You got to break down words. You know what I'm saying? You have to. And the hardest part is to eliminate your emotions when you trying to understand what somebody else is saying. That's the hardest part about comprehension is not allowing another person's words to affect you emotionally. That way you can logically think about what they're saying. I think that's the best way I can say it. But that's an art because if somebody says something stupid, then you go feel some type of way, right? That's just what it is. So that's why I say it's an art, and unless you practice it and got the tools or the skills to practice, then you ain't got it, and that's not a knock. It's just, I bring it up so, people can be aware and start doing it. It's never too late. It's never too late. Everything I know, at some point, somebody had to teach me or show me, or I had to learn it. But even my wife, I'm still showing her, like, it's levels of comprehension too. It's levels of it. I mean, it's not just vernacular, but sometimes until you got to decipher symbols. It's symbolism within words. Like, I can say something, but like I say it like this. So if I'm talking to Gary, right? Say if I'm talking to Gary and I'm telling him I'm talking about the Bible, right? A Bible is a book, but what does the Bible symbolize? So comprehending entails, so if I was listening to that conversation, I would have to comprehend if this person is a believer or if this person is against. To truly understand what they're saying, I should have used a sentence, but what I'm telling you is like the levels of comprehension. Like, you hear what people say, but what comprehension entails is trying to understand what they're trying to convey. So there's a difference of understanding what a person is saying and understanding why a person is saying it, right? So you can hear what a person say, but comprehending is understanding why they said it. Most people don't think like that. They just listen to what people say. They don't try to get down to why they said it, but that's what comprehension is. Because if you can understand why they said, then you can understand where they're coming from. That's why a lot of times I can listen to people and I can tell, okay, they're coming from a position of experience, and the experience they had was painful. That's why they're talking about the subject in the manner they do. So then you know how to approach. Sometimes you just got to be a little sensitive or a little bit empathetic so a person can get their idea out. So it's levels of comprehension. So just knowing what to do or how to do it, is one thing, but gaining from it is another. What do you gain? And that's how I get to not judge people. It's by understanding a person. People talk a lot of times from a position of experience, and depending on what they experienced and how they experienced it, determines how a person may feel about something. So it might be a reason why someone appreciates Trump. Maybe it's something personal they went through that he represents that's positive to them. There's a reason why people don't like Trump. Maybe he represents something they went through that was negative to them. What up, though?
What's goody?
Chilling.
I just came up here.
Appreciate
My bad. I
you.
missed your. I was in the. You was talking or something.
You talk about when? Now?
Yeah, I interrupted.
Oh, no. I was just saying, just understanding, like, comprehension versus understanding.
Oh yeah, I heard you in your last live talking about it. I
Yeah,
told you, you and that girl, y'all kind of alike, but like you say, she used it in a different way.
yeah, she definitely. I mean, but she got her she got her reasons. She got her motives or why she do it. What she doing? So that's how she go use the information to her benefit. Um,
She's smart, but she used it,
yeah,
yeah,
and
like you said to her, yeah.
is
She
somebody
manipulates it and stuff.
and somebody just as smart as her see it, but to see what she doing. But she tell you what she doing. So I mean, you gotta comprehend what she doing because like a lot of the stuff she say, um, like I said, it sound because she based it around facts. So what she's doing is using what we call inductive reasoning. Sometimes she use abductive reasoning. She'll take a fact and well, it's an argument. You know, reasoning, inductive reasoning is you take a fact and you use like your your observation, but it don't have to be true or false. Like, but the fact is a fact. But the way you get to the fact, it can be fact or fiction. You know, that's inductive reasoning. Deductive reasoning is when you're using facts to get to the conclusion. So, like, if I had, like I said, uh, if I say fish live in the water. So a salmon is a fish. So a salmon lives in the water. That's deductive reasoning. But if I say fish live in the water and this trout is blue, so all fish are blue. That's not true. All fish ain't blue, but they all live in the water. And the trout is a fish, but that don't mean all fish are blue. That's what she used in inductive reason.
Yeah. I don't know. To I look, we you have the technical terms for everything, right? And me is just I go through the process of thinking about everything, and I'm using inductive, deductive reasoning. It's just like this political system or whatever, right? People will just listen to what someone say, and then they'll just run with whatever it said. No
Mm-hmm.
one uses the research to even try to figure out. Well, I'm not gonna say no one. Some people don't, or whatever. When people say stuff, right? I listen, but it's just like if somebody come to you and say, "Oh, well, such and such and such and such," they start telling you about what somebody else said. Me, and I believe you too. You'll be like, "Okay, so what made you want to come and tell me something like that?" You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But some people will look at it in a way like, oh, for real? They did say such and such and such. Oh, really? And they be ready to fight the other person or whatever, without even thinking about, well, okay, if this person is coming to me telling me this, what else do they know? What's your motive behind you coming to tell me? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I go into thinking about all kind of stuff with it. But some people they just take the information for what it is and then just run with it.
And just run with it. And a lot of times that's because they're emotionally triggered. Either they emotionally trigger or they get emotionally attached. You know, if it's about them, it's like okay, somebody's saying something about me. People don't like when people talk about them. You know, so okay, this person said what they say. Okay, yeah, it sounds like they say something like that. Let me go. You know, and that's what usually happen. Or that's like if I say this and people, I had people do this to me. Oh, such said this about me. Can you believe they said this about me? I can't believe they attacking me like this. They doing this, and I'd be like, oh damn. Well, I wonder why they did that. You know, because what people try to do is attach their emotions to you because you like them. Now somebody attacking them. Now you feel some type of way. Right? But I be wondering, like, damn, what made them say that about you? What happened? You know, like shit. That's how I look at it.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Cause that's how I be thinking. But I don't know. Everybody is not set up like that, you know? But exactly what you said is like, if you really think about it, they attach emotions to everything. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, they're racist. They trying to hit a certain trigger on certain people. Like
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, think about it. Everybody go to work, right? Well, majority of people go to work. Majority of the time, your boss is probably racist. Your boss probably is, have all of these opinions or whatever. But what do people do? You still take your ass to work, right? And deal with your
Mm-hmm.
boss.
Your
So what
doctor probably racist 9 times out of
right.
10. I worked with them, so I know a bunch of racists. People who making your food probably racist. You know what I'm saying? You,
Right. But you still order. You still go to
mm-hmm.
these people day in and day out. So what does it matter? If they're getting the job done, right? Because you go to work. Are you gonna quit because your boss is racist or whatever? No, you're not. Majority of the time, you're not. You still gonna go to work,
People still buying Gucci.
right?
I mean, so, I mean, like I said, me personally, I don't feel no type of way when I spot a racist person. If anything, I look at them like, damn, you fucked up, because that's, to me, that's a psychological disorder. Like, you think you better than somebody because of your skin color, something wrong with you, you know. Um, so those people, I mean, they don't have, unless they trying to put hands on me, they ain't got no effect on me. I don't care what people think of, but people, they feel like that, and those people get you to jump out a window. The racist people, they know what they doing. They come in these spaces. Like, I had a dude on here spelling the N word. Like, I'm gonna get mad. No, I ain't gonna get mad. I'm gonna have fun with you.
So, word isn't that inductive, deductive reasoning when someone tells you something and then you're like, okay, well, why are they telling me this? And you start breaking everything down.
Yeah. So when you, like, if your first question is like, if you're trying to get to why they're telling, now you using more of inductive or deductive reason to understand. But if you just take it, then
If you just take the
you ain't thinking.
information, what is that considered?
You're not thinking at all.
Oh, so it's not using either one.
Nah, nah. You're not think about it. You're not. If someone tell you something and you accept it, you ain't thinking. They thought for you. Really? I
So,
mean, what? If you just go with what a person says, then there's no thought of yours. That's all their thought. You're moving. Your actions are determined off of what they said.
so they
So
basically
now,
manipulated you.
hmm
My
you should
bad. Go
always.
ahead.
No, you good. You should always question anything. I tell people that when I say, that's why I always tell people, like, I always try to give them something, a source to go look back at. Go Google it, go look it up. Anything I say, that's why I always say that. So you can do your own research and see. Okay, you can listen to what I'm saying. Now you're aware of it, but to know it, I want you to go look at it. You know, people don't do so. People just want you to take their word for it 9 times out of 10. I mean, that's all. That's influence. That ain't no 9 times out of 10. And influence is a form of manipulation. So
And
you
then,
ever? It'd be crazy. I'm sorry, but when you said
oh,
that,
you
it
good?
just something triggered me. It'd be
What?
crazy when people tell you something and you be like, you start asking a question. They be like, "Oh, damn! Why don't you just believe me? Why don't you just?" I'd be like, "What?"
Hmm.
That always be crazy to me. Like, okay, okay, no, never. That always make me look like, hold on, it's something there, something going on. Is why you getting upset? Because okay, I don't know. It's just I'm just so used to, even like when my mom or dad say something, I'd be, oh, let me go look at it. Well, let me check it out. You know what I'm saying? That's just naturally me.
Hmm. Yep. Like you say, it's weird when somebody be like, oh, try to stop you from looking or try to stop you
Mm-hmm.
from asking.
Yeah.
And then it's like, what you up to? What you
Mm-hmm.
got up your sleeve? You know? But it's just weird to me how people just take stuff for self value and then don't use the inductive or deductive reasoning. It be a lot of thoughts that go through my mind, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And majority of the time, if you someone that I know, even if you someone that I know or whatever, and you give me some information, I'ma listen to it. But then, especially if I don't know, I gotta go look it up.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go look it up. Like, I gotta go check it out for real.
And I was just saying that the other night. I think when I did that last chakra, I was telling people everything that I say is you can look it up. I learned it from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Unless I say this is my philosophy, then I learned it from somewhere. So anything that I say, you should. And Commander went and looked up how to unlock the chakras, and it showed it as a chart. And I'm like, yeah, where do you think I learned it from?
Hmm.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
you
So,
made a good point the other night too, because you was like, people be sitting up here, they'll say a little bit of truth, but then they'll mix lies in it, and then have you believing like, hey, this is the truth. People do that a lot now.
mm-hmm,
You see that a lot. And so because part of what they're saying is true, you'll go ahead and just believe what they're saying.
mm-hmm. Yeah, just go with the rest of it.
Yeah.
And now that's
And that's how they
abductive.
get you.
And see, that's where most people function off of is from an abductive reasoning. Um, is you have a conclusion or you have a fact, and everything else around it is just make believe. But because you had that one fact, then everything start becoming true. That's the weird thing. But that's
And
where
that's how
most.
people with these podcasts be
Mm-hmm.
saying certain things. They'll say one little thing that's true, and then they'll throw a whole bunch of lies, and that's how these people get hooked. And then they'll start watching these little channels where, they full of BS at the end of the day.
And that's why when I listen to people, and this is like one of my pet peeves when people say, well, if you just look at the statistics, okay, where's the statistics at? Let me see them. Okay, now, like I dealt with statistics, so we're gonna have to deal with a couple things, even after I see the percentages, right? I want to know the control variables, like
Right. Who are the people?
yeah, what region did they come from? What circumstances were they under? So if you talk about black women, do this, what kind of black women? Were these educated black women? Was these people in
Right.
poverty? Was these people even in the country? Somebody pulled up something and was like, "Oh, black women got they have for venereal disease somewhere in Africa." Like, bro, how you gonna take these statistics from a whole nother country of people living in poverty and say this represents black women in America? That ain't got shit to do with black women here.
Nothing.
Like, but people do stuff like that. Or statistics show single mothers or this and this. Show me where are these single mothers at? You talk to every single mother on the planet,
Man,
and
I
this
don't
is what
trust
it's.
none of that, because if you think about it, look at the election. Need that them polls showed that Kamala was gonna win.
Mm,
What happened? Because they showed her winning.
mm,
So, and that's what I'm trying to think about is, who did y'all poll and where did these polls come from?
mm-hmm.
Because I'm trying to figure out, this ain't right.
And that's what I be telling people. Like, man, them yeah, I want to see what these statistics are. Like, where, like you said, especially them election, like where, who, like, because I didn't take part in that, so.
Right. Like, who did y'all call? Because supposedly they supposed to have called people or whatever and poll people. Okay, so what areas, because they might have hit certain areas.
Mm-hmm.
What areas were y'all hitting? Was y'all doing, the urban, like mixing it all together? What were y'all doing? You don't know.
No, they don't.
Were made up polls.
Mm-hmm. They probably went. They probably got it off the CNN website. or whatever website, whoever was showing those polls, they probably had something on their Facebook page or something, and people was taking those polls. Like, of course, that's what your audience is going for this person. So, but I'm talking about America. This don't represent everybody. That's what I be trying to tell people. Like, even like my own personal experience don't reflect everyone. Experience is not. So I'd be naive to think because I experienced it that everyone did. Everyone ain't gonna experience. Even if they experienced it, they might have a different outcome. So
Mhm.
I had to understand that because I used to look at people like, man, how you don't know this or how you don't, and then I had to realize like everybody experience different.
And it's just like when you was talking about old girl, like how literally people can teach you something and teach you everything that they know, and then you try to do the same thing they do, and it just don't work out.
It just don't work out.
Shit, it just happens, and I don't know, exactly what it is, but sometimes people it's just an energy or a vibe,
Mm-hmm.
and then you just probably just don't have that, but you got other gifts.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't have that little or whatever it is. So yeah.
And that's like I can sit here and talk to you because I had real horrible anger issues. I can sit here and tell you how I overcame that. All right. But you might do everything I said and it might not work out for you because maybe your circumstances are different. The things I experienced in life probably pushed me to the point where I had no choice, but you still got options. You know what I'm saying? That happened a lot too. It's the way people are built. It's just they have their own time, their own cycle, where it's their time to, gain because they've been losing a lot. So now it's they up season. And everything they did you can replicate, but it ain't your season. So you don't you won't benefit from it. So I mean, yeah, that's what I be trying to. That's why I always say I'm sharing information. Like I can sit up here and tell you this work, that work, but it might not work for you. And I know that. That's why I try to be responsible as possible and share and try to tailor it. When people ask me, I try to tailor it around them versus just how I did it because it'd be different.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, man. And it's probably off the topic a little bit, but I was just thinking like, bro, I like people, but I don't really like people. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm dead ass for real because now I'm back in this workforce or whatever, and it's like, bruh, I can't stand people because you have different personalities, right? And we
Mm-hmm.
all have different personalities. But I think that people just don't understand that we can have different personalities, but we can come together to do a mission
Mm-hmm.
or goal, you know what I mean? But people tend to let other shit get in the way.
Mm-hmm.
And people are just not sometimes grown up enough. I don't know what it is, but it's just motherfucker. I don't know. People is just weird, and I just don't have time for it. I'm super, super grown, and it's just people being their feelings, or they feel like you're like this, like that, jealousy, all of that type of stuff. I just don't have time for. I really don't.
And I've been said I don't like people. I love them. I just don't like them. Because of that, you can't like it is, in my opinion, is maturity. People be physically mature, but they ain't mentally or emotionally mature because even if you different from me, and it's things that I don't like that you do, that don't make you a bad person. But you got to be mature to understand that. Like, think about this. I don't like you because you do something that I don't like. What fucking sense does that make? You're doing. I'm not doing it. You do it. So that had nothing to do with me. So I don't like you because you do something I don't like. Like that don't make sense to me. Like
Mm,
logically, it don't make sense. It's not affecting me what you do unless evidently
right.
I'm allowing it because I don't like you because you do it. And most people don't even know why they don't like the things they don't like. You know, somebody see you doing something. I don't like that she do that. Why you don't like that? A lot of times because they can't do it. You know, like when you said the jealousy thing. A lot of
Hmm.
people get get upset and jealous at you,
And people
or
be projecting.
that's the main thing. Everything, well, man, we can talk about projecting because everything is not about that they doing it. Is about what are you projecting because everything that comes out of you is a projection. But what are you projecting? And a lot of times they be projecting their insecurities onto you, their
Hmm.
shortcomings, their failures, they projecting all that onto you instead of saying, okay, look, I see her, she got this, and I don't. I need to fix myself so I can be like that. Instead of doing that, they want to say, oh, you ain't shit because only what like this is what I be trying to tell people too. Stop. Wait, is a lot of times like when you see projection and people be projecting, they say, well, they tell you what they think a person is doing, or they think they don't have no evidence, right? Like I can sit up here and say, "Oh, I think Tay talking behind my back." Why? Oh, just because I feel it. You know what? That 9 times out of 10, I'm the one talking behind your back, and I'm literally telling you the way I think because she doing this or doing that. Because if I was doing that, that's what I'd be doing. That's how you know. That's how them people be knowing, or they can even detail something they have no fact. Like, how can you be so detailed about why a person is doing something that you don't even know? Because that's the
Exactly.
shit you do.
Yeah, for real.
People be telling. That's why I just be listening. Like, okay, go ahead, keep talking. Because I'm learning more and more about you.
Man, listen, look. I'm first tell y'all some of my little business or whatever, right? So I'm at work, right? And hold on. So you know, in my video, I had said about this dude that sent me a D pic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he had sent me a D pic. I didn't even ask for the picture, right? At all. Just all of a sudden, boom, just hit me with it. And he said, rate it.
Huh?
I'm like, whoa. Yeah, he wanted me to rate it. Isn't that weird?
Oh man.
What is up with people? Okay, so he wanted me to rate it, right? So I'm like, okay. I was like, whoa. I sent like a little whoa emoji, like, what the, like, and I said, I ain't even asked for this. Like, what? So then, and then a few weeks later, because I don't text him like that, right? At all. A few weeks later, then, or a couple of days later, well, I say, yeah, a few weeks later, then he sent me a message talking about his girl is going to be working there. I'm like, okay. Like, why are you telling me? Because I don't even really text you like that. Like, I don't even be bothered by you. Boom, his girl come work up there, right? So one day, I'm telling him, like, I'm yelling at him because I'm like, you need to hurry up so I can get my stuff, to the customer or whatever. So I guess she get mad because I yell at him or whatever. So then like a few days later, I come into work. She said I pushed her. I didn't even touch her. Word, I did not touch the girl at all. But she said I pushed her like I bumped into her. I'm like, how this bitch just gonna lie or whatever, right? So I'm like, okay, bet. Now I see where this going or whatever. So the boss comes into me and tell me, well, what's going on? Da, da, da. I say, I think she's just mad because I was yelling at her man or whatever. But let me tell you this. If this girl don't leave me alone, girl, you gonna get a rude awakening. Not only that word, he be talking to all the women in there. I'm not the only one he be talking to. Like, my thing is how you gonna one thing is, okay, if you want to be a pimp or a player, fine. But why do you bring your girl up in here when you know you trying to talk to everybody?
Or when you're talking to everybody, you
Yeah, when you talking to everybody, why do that?
mm, you know, she talk about, oh man. So I wonder if he,
So she jealous. She been walking around asking women, have he been talking to you? Have he been, you know what I mean? She's jealous.
he do they live together?
Yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah, they live together.
Oh man,
Why? How you knew it? How you know?
because it's just a common thread. It's just I don't know. I've seen that happen so many times. I've
Hey,
seen that.
Commander.
Commander, what up, nine?
Gary say sometimes it may be what they have been told. A learned trait is why people hate. Yep. No word finished. So tell me.
But I mean, so okay, so his girl wasn't working there at first.
She
So
wasn't.
so now he got free reigns to come to work and flirt and possibly do whatever he want to do.
But why
But
would you
now
do
that
that?
but why? Hold on, but now listen. So
Yeah, tell
things
me, cause I just don't
so
understand that.
so that was his little domain, right? That was his little away from her. He can do whatever. But
Yeah,
but things probably got tight and she needed a job. He can get her a job. Why wouldn't he get
right,
her a job? We gotta take care of home. She
right.
probably one of them naive women. You know what I'm saying? Believe everything you gonna say. Probably digmatized. If he, usually people feel confident when they, send pictures and tell people are rape. So he probably got her, digmatized. But now,
Uh-huh. And he thought I was supposed to just fall in love when I saw it.
mm, but now, his home life is jeopardized by his work life. So you a threat because it sounds like the other women probably fell in line. Any other woman he probably messing with, he said, "Hey, my girl coming." They probably felt okay. Look, we don't want to mess that up. We like you. We get whatever from you, or So they
Okay.
probably fell in line, but you didn't. So guess what? You're a threat. So he probably saying some stuff. Oh, she did this, or she
She
liked
like
this.
me and all that, right? That's what he's saying,
hmm
right?
Yep. So
And that's
you're a
what I'm
threat,
thinking.
and,
And
and
that's
he
another
can't.
thing.
But see, he can't attack you because you got his thing in your phone. So at any time
Exactly.
so
And
he got to
listen.
use her and other people.
And that's another fucking thing because he never came up to me and said, "Oh, I don't know why my girl's talking about." He never came up to me and said, "Did you
Mm-mm.
push my girl?" Anything, and that's why I was waiting on him because I was about to be like, "Why the fuck she lie like that?" You know what I mean? But he never came up to me, and when I got mad at him that day, like me and him got into it with it. We was like arguing back and forth. Then like a few days later, I came back to work. He was all trying to be friendly and talk to me. I'm like, why this motherfucker being friendly? But like I had told my boss, I'm like, don't you better tell her to get the fuck away from me because what's gonna happen is I'm gonna go ahead and reveal what all he been texting and I'll show her everything. I don't text that man like that. I never did. He the one that always be texting me and then I just be giving bullshit ass answers.
See, he'll have to make it seem like you the one that's
He gonna
pursuing
have
him.
to,
You the
but
one that's
baby, the
better.
messages don't lie.
Yeah.
In the messages, it's gonna show he was more on me than I was. I ignored his ass. First of all, from the jump, I never wanted to talk to him. I'm be honest. I was like, I don't even come for you. Like, I don't even, no, 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 no. I never did. You know what I mean? Okay, yeah, I did give him my number. So granted, I did. But at the time, I didn't know he had a girlfriend. I didn't know that. You know what I mean? So then when I found out, so then when he would text me, he would be like, oh, let's hang out. I'm like, for what? I would say shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm good on that. I never want to hang with him, any of that, right? Oh, and Gary on point. He said she is getting a free ride to and from work. He getting a free
hmm
ride, Gary, because it's her car. She
hmm
got a car. He don't have a car.
He can't fuck up that home life. 'Cause, I mean, that's
she probably the house, probably all the bills and shit probably in her name. She probably the, you know, and like I said, she probably fell lost her job or just fell on hard times on that whatever she had before. Or, a lot of times shit, it just be two struggling people together, but her name is straight and his not. So everything, but I bet you that's what it, I bet you the majority of shit is in her name.
Yeah, I think it's just two struggling people, like you said, and I ain't trying to throw no shade or nothing, but that's what it is, and everything probably majority. Yes, Commander, the one that sent me that pic. Yes, that's him. That's what I'm talking about. And so me and this other girl, right, were. Ooh, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna talk about this no more because I done took
Oh
over
no,
your whole little
we
show.
chilling, we chilling.
Okay, so me and this other girl, right? We be talking, and he be talking to her, and he be talking to me too. But we don't even talk like. I'm be honest, he ain't text me in a long time, whatever. Pretty much ever since the D pick, and then after that, he told me. And then a few, I guess weeks or so later, he was like, "My girl gonna be coming to work with us," and I was like, oh, okay." That's all I said, and that was it. And we ain't text since or whatever. So, but anyways, me and this other girl, we be talking because he be texting her too. You know what I'm saying? So we be talking back and forth. So I was telling her how me and the girl almost got into it because she talking about I pushed her or whatever. So I happened to tell her, I guess in the midst of me talking to her about everything, I was like, yeah, he sent me a D pic. She was like, he sent you a D pic. It was like, she was like, he ain't sent me one.
Oh man,
Why was she salty about her not me getting the D pic and not her?
yeah, she like me.
That shit weird.
I'm gonna be
I
honest
don't
with you. I'm telling you, don't be surprised if some shade comes from her.
That is so weird. I was thinking to myself, and that's another thing, inductive, deductive reasoning. When she was like, he didn't send me no D pic, I didn't look at it like he didn't send me no D, like, you know what I mean? Why he didn't send her one? I'm looking at it like, okay, wait, you salty about him sending me
Hmm.
one? Girl, I don't want to see that fucking shit. Like, are you for real? You mad because he sent me a D and not you? Really?
We probably been talking to her longer.
He probably have because she was telling me that like she was like he be trying to touch on me and flirt with me, and he get mad because I don't flirt with him no more at work and stuff and stuff like that. And I said, she say he be trying to touch you. I said him, no, your girl is here and I like your girl. That's what she
No,
told
your
me.
girl is there.
Yeah, she be right there in the back. Ain't that's so crazy?
But see, he got he in her head. He got her deeper than what she telling you. Because for her to say no, your girl here, not no because I don't want you touching me or it's wrong or I don't like you like that. Her reason is because your girl here. So yeah, I'd be careful with her ass too. Because he got her. He definitely got her. Especially that sound more like envy when she didn't get a pick and you got one.
It really is. He's disgusting. I never, I don't care.
Mhm.
I don't care. I never, all the time, even when he tried to talk to me, I would say no. I would be like, I don't even like nobody like you because first of all, if y'all remember when I was telling y'all in the video, he would come to me sexually all the time. Like I'm disgusted by you. No, I don't want to talk to you. So I never,
How long you been there? Is y'all manager a woman?
it's a guy. Well, we got several managers, but one of them is a woman.
He cool with her.
She, he all right with her, but she know what's up because when she said she pushed me and all of that, that was all like they already knew she crazy. She's been going up to the girls asking, has he been talking to them? So she knows she not done. She know what she got. Okay. She has very low self-esteem, the girlfriend. She do.
That's
Nah,
look.
she never asked me what it looked like, Commander. And I ain't gonna lie, like he is. I mean, listen. If y'all want to talk about what it looked like, is he slanging? He is. But that don't move me. You know what I mean? But like words say, typically that moves a woman. And so by him showing that, he thought that would move me. Like I'd be like, oh. I responded like a day later to that. He likes the thrill and adrenaline. He knows he's getting caught at the same. You know what? That's probably what it is, Commander. That's exactly what it is. And plus he don't like her like that, probably. I don't know, word. You a man.
I'm
You
a
tell me.
man. I used to be a boy, so I have to go back into my boy mentality so you can comprehend that motherfucker. 'Cause shit like that don't make sense. I never fuck up home. You know, why build something if you gonna be the one to tear it down? And as a man, we supposed to be the builders. So, like me personally, that's a no. You don't fuck up home. But people like that, I mean, and then he probably that's just probably his nature. You know, he just probably promiscuous. And he's been doing it for so long. He got a methodology.
That's his MO, huh?
Mm-hmm. That's who he is. I
That's
mean,
sad.
you can equate it to ego. You know, like the man said, the thrill. You know, it can be various reasons. You know, but ultimately, he's just looking at what he's willing to do. You know, you for temporary satisfaction, you willing to throw away everything and build.
Hmm. And then it was like, okay, so then, oh, and this is not my new job. This is at my old job, Commander. But at my new job, right, we got these Africans or whatever at my new job. And this is my problem at the new job is like people can't mind their own fucking business. You know how when two people be having a conversation talking and then people be overhearing the conversation and they go back and want to defend the other person or feel like, oh, because we having a conversation about like they feel like it's racist when we talking about
Hmm.
culture or whatever. So they go back and, run to the boss and say stuff like that. That's my problem. This is why I don't like people. It's because people don't mind their fucking business. You know what I mean? Like, that be my problem. Listen, people can do whatever, say whatever. As long as that shit don't interfere with my job and what I got going on, I'm good. Ain't got no problems. But what I have a problem with is when you don't mind your business, when me and another person is having a conversation and they're not offended, but you are. And it's an A and B conversation. That shit weird to me.
It's like if I'm like this, I look at it like this, you know, because working in the hospital, stuff like that happen all the time. You know, you have some white people talking about the conditions of black people, and it'd be people feeling some type of way, and I'd be like, shit, that's their opinion, and a lot of it is their own ignorance. I ain't got time to sit up here and correct people. You know, they ain't got the black experience, so they can't say why things happen. You can talk about what happened, but you can't say why because you don't know. But like you said, minding business, you know, minding business to pay me and paying attention to other people because sometimes people will put you in a trap like that, man. They're talking about some wild shit and you have an emotional response and now you in trouble.
Right. So, okay, so we had to shoot an AR-15, uh a shotgun and a revolver for our test, right? One of the African guys that he said, "You ever shot a gun before?" I said, "Yeah, I'm a gun owner." And he said, "Oh, okay." And oops, I don't know. Can I say all that online? I'm a shoot.
Yeah, I mean, you ain't saying nothing. Talking about job description. I don't know what you're saying.
Oh, okay. Well, I said I'm a shooter owner, or I don't know shit. I'm a pew pew or owner or whatever, right? So so he was like, "Oh, really? Why?" And then so I told him the reason why I went to go get one. I said because when I can't think of that girl name now, but when that girl got shot in her house with
Breonna
her
Taylor.
boyfriend, yeah, Breonna Taylor, and that police officer came in the house, that's really what made me go get a pew pew or whatever. So I was telling him about that, and he was like, "Oh, people be doing that to black people." He's an African guy, and he didn't understand that, basically, black people be getting shot. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, shoot, Sandra, what's her name? Sandra, the lady that got with the hot water.
Yeah,
Anyways, I couldn't think
Sandra.
of her name, but
Is it
I told him, I
Bland?
say, yeah. I say, yeah, she just got shot or whatever. He like, really? So I'm telling him, all of this. And I'm telling him how, like, basically, you know, honestly, this is why a little bit why we feel some type of way about African people because they come over here, they stay in their own little section, and then, they act like, when people say reparations, and they'll say, "Oh, no, 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 no," they undermine us and stuff like that. And he was like, "But we don't want to get deported." I'm like, "Okay, y'all don't want to get deported, but why do you have to put your 2 cents in?"
Right.
If you just like don't want to get deported, okay, well, mind your own business. But y'all get to having podcasts, get to getting in the United States, the White House, and start saying all kind of crazy stuff. You get these YouTube channels. I'm like, hold on now. Yeah, Sonia Massey Commander. I can't even think of her name. But yeah, um, so he was just like, I don't want to get deported. I'm like, okay, I don't
So
think
they
y'all
just go
understand.
with. So they go. Okay, that's it. Yeah. That's
So you
interesting.
see what he's saying? They
Uh-huh.
just go against us, I guess. I don't know.
But that
He
always
like
said that.
he like because if I ride with y'all, I'm gonna get deported. That's what he said.
If
And
he
I don't
that
want to get deported.
like talking like when my mother and father-in-law was alive. My father-in-law was telling me about how it was in the '60s and '70s in Detroit, and he was like, you know, they was threatened like this is like they got their communities, right? So they got like community leaders like the pastors and stuff like that. So when a lot of the race stuff was going on, they pastor told them to stay out of it because they didn't want to get mixed up in it because they can possibly get shipped out of here. When they was talking because they neighbors, they was in black neighborhoods. So these they neighbors.
Hmm.
So they see them struggling, going through stuff. They want to, stand up and fight with them, but they was told to stand down because of that reason. So that's why when you said that, I'm like, man, that's interesting.
Exactly. But yeah, at the end of the day, I don't like people word, and I've discovered that. And all of the everything that you talk about behavior, you talk about manipulation, you talk about inductive, deductive reasoning, you talk about projection. All of that shit be right there in the workplace.
Hmm. All that
And
shit, and these now think about that. Like we talking about it online, but that's why I say, a lot of stuff you got to go to school or books, that you got to get this information. And I'm giving it not just for shit on YouTube, but shit in real life. And, that's my message. You know, this
But
is not
not
only. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, you good. Oh, you good. You can finish.
Oh no, I was done.
Oh, but not only that, it's like, okay, you can take whatever you say, your word, and listen to it. But honestly, you have to experience it
Mm-hmm.
and then go through it and
Mm-hmm.
understand because it's a whole nother thing when you experience it. Because now you gotta react to it. And
But
then you gotta react the right way.
and see, this is a good thing about fucking around over here because, like, a lot of the stuff was happening and you wasn't even aware. But now, when you experience it, you like, oh, that's what that is. Oh, now that you see what I'm saying. Like, like,
Mhm.
so the experience, me, I'm just here to share the information that you may not be aware of. So now, when you go out into the world and you experience it, you can identify it. Now you become aware of what actually is happening, because before you knew what, um, let's say these different forms of manipulation, you might be like, man, this lady just a bitch. Like she been an asshole, but now you like, oh shit, no, you doing this, you doing that. I see where you going with this. I see where you going with that.
Mhm. It kind of gives you like two steps ahead of people. Like you
Mm-hmm.
be two steps ahead. People think they be doing something and they smart. When no, I'm two steps ahead of your ass. But I'm just finna play stupid and see what you finna do.
That's why like this I eat you up later too. But I just been, sitting back watching a couple things and I'm like, damn, everything I was saying is finally making sense. Like I think a couple people like, oh, now you understand it. I was trying to tell you that shit. But now you see it. Now you can identify it.
Hmm.
But yeah, you should have I seen that shit around, like I be seeing shit around people and then I be like, hey, check this out. Not saying nothing about a person, but just giving them information. Like, this is what manipulation is. This is what a narcissist is. This is what helping you identify. Look, there's levels of it. Like, because, like, even talking about the different forms of narcissism, you'll handle those people differently. You'll handle a grandiose narcissist differently than you'll handle a communal narcissist, right? They both narcissists, but it's the way you handle them the wrong way, you will be the one to get fucked around. You know what I'm saying? So, just understanding and being aware of these different things. And this is all the shit I just learned. Not just learned, but this is all the stuff I learned in life, and I got benefits from it, from understanding it. That's why I can protect my peace a lot easier than what I used to.
Hmm. And that's one thing too is that you see a lot of people on this YouTube or whatever, they eventually be falling off because they little plan don't be working.
Hmm.
Okay, they have a whole little scheme, a whole little plot and a plan to go against you, and after trying, it don't work. And you see they ass no longer in here or no longer falling up in here because why? Your shit don't work
Hmm.
and you thought somebody was gonna fall for it.
My bad.
Oh, I thought you was laughing.
Well, that's a Spider-Man switch.
But yeah.
But but yeah, yeah, that should be fun. You said that shit one day, right? Do y'all know he talk about this shit? And I'll be like, damn, he want to really, are you really doing that shit? Like, I don't
Who?
know. No, you said that before. Like, do y'all know he talk about behaviors and personalities, and y'all be trying to do this shit?
Yeah, stupid. Like, do y'all really sit and listen to his live? You obviously don't. You obviously don't listen to his live because what he do is he talk about everything that y'all be trying to do, dummy. So I don't know what they just think you just be talking and you don't know. Like you don't notice behaviors. The man is literally talking about behaviors.
But this the thing too. I be wondering, like, because I don't see the benefit. Like I know all this stuff, like I studied this stuff, experienced it, but I still like I don't see the purpose of doing all this fuck shit, especially online. Like people, like I see trying certain people, but it's like, what do you?
What do you gain?
Yeah, yeah, man. Cause like that no fugazi dude, like he made some good points. He had a rebuttal to what everybody was saying. He made some good points, but I'm looking at him like I want to know what's his intention. I want to ask him like, bro, what's your intention? What are you? Because like me, for instance, I don't have a great like I don't have a luxurious life. I got a simple life. I got a house. You know, it's not a big house, not pimp my house or nothing like that. But it's a house. I got a nice backyard. It's not a big backyard, but it's a backyard. I got my beautiful wife, my beautiful kids. So when I come on here, I don't feel the need to like beat nobody down about their life or where they at or anything. I don't have that desire. I don't have like I know how hard it was for me to become what I am today. I know it was hard. It was a lot of work, and I'm still working. So I don't feel the need to tear nobody down for where they at in life. But these people do, and they lead with I'm trying to help, but I'm looking like where's the help? And people don't see this shit, and I'm looking like damn. Like if I come on here and shame people, I'll be more popular. That shit crazy. Like if I come on here and flex on people, that'll make me more popular. Like more people would be willing to listen to me because I'm shitting on them. And it just that's another reason I don't like people.
But that's
They
how
fucking
people. That's
stink.
why people be listening because people be shitting on other people. Because the simple fact, if you look at Fugazi, whatever the f his name is or whatever, if you look at it, it would be more beneficial if he would tell guys, okay, get with a baby mama because I'm with a baby mama, and you can literally, you know, live a good life. But no, what does he tell dudes?
They recreation. And see like stuff like that. Like you ain't have to say it like that. Like did you hear his rebuttal? He's the exception. Him and his
Oh, he's
girl's the
trying to talk
exception.
about it.
Yeah, yeah. Him and his girl
Oh,
is
you
the
never told me. Please
yeah,
tell. What
yeah.
happened?
So they did that clip when he was saying like I'm the ideal man or whatever. They did put that up. He didn't say it like that. But when he was talking about the single mothers, the way he rebutted it was he said because I'm experienced what I'm experiencing. I'm not gonna tell a single guy to go out and date a single mother. And I'm like, I can understand that because I wouldn't give that advice to a single guy. You know, I wouldn't tell him not to do it, but I wouldn't
Right, but
definitely
then
tell him.
why are you exactly?
But
Why are
it's
you
the way
saying not
you
to do it
saying it.
though? Yes.
But it's the way you saying it. Like so, but you literally just said single mothers are recreational. So
Right. And then you turn around and are is engaged to one.
for 7 years, he been with his girl just as long as I've been with mine. And see, that's what I'm saying. Like I couldn't like me and him couldn't have a talk because we not ill. Even though you had a kid, okay, even then, like if you want to compare, and this ain't bashing nobody else, I'm just comparing myself to him, right? You're intelligent, you smart and all that. Okay, cool. So you had a child out of wedlock when you was young, and that's what people blame it on me. You, but I didn't do that. I intentionally didn't have kids because I didn't. I seen how everybody was, so I intentionally didn't do that. So we just comparing apples to oranges because that's what like man him is. Okay, even after you did that, now you went and found another one with two kids, and then you knocked her up before you married her. Like so again, I don't know how old you were, but at this point you should have learned from your first mistake. And people say marriage is you argue that look, marriage is a commitment. You can say whatever you want to say. about marriage. But when you ain't married, there's just some things you can't do. If something happened to that person, you have no say so. If that person, if y'all get things together when they gone, it's gone. So it's not only uh mental commitment to another person, but it's the legal commitment. And having kids is a responsibility. So you should have been responsible enough not to put a kid. And you talking about you engaged, so your intention is to get married. But but my point is, you had a kid before you married her, so you actually made her a single mother because technically y'all not married. So you contributed to her being a single mother. And then you want to talk about other women being promiscuous and becoming. It's just the style that you talk about the women who do the same thing that you'll I don't know the lady. I ain't gonna say nothing negative, but the same thing she did. These women don't. They trying. How you know she? You said she's an exception. How you know these women ain't like that? Ain't like her. Just had a bad, you know, run at the bill. But you putting yourself in a position of influence when you doing the same thing that you criticizing other people for doing. So
Exactly.
like,
And if I'm not mistaken, how is she the exception? Not saying she's not the exception, but how is she the exception? If I'm not mistaken, she didn't have one, but two.
mhm.
So why don't you use that same exception on when you on your podcast? That's all I'm saying. Why you ain't
It's
giving
not.
sisters grace out here? Why you ain't giving nobody grace? Why you ain't out here? Why you didn't come forth and say, you know why I married a baby mama? Or I'm engaged to a baby mama I've been with. Why none of that was spilt out until now?
And
That's what I'm trying to
he
figure
said
out.
it. He did say that. I don't know if he.
When?
I didn't see a clip that he said she was a single mother before he met her, but I did see a clip where he was talking about him being with her. Like he got a girl. And I don't remember if the clip say anything about her being a single mother. But he talked about it in his rebuttal. And he put it. He made it eloquent. He put it.
When was this?
A couple days ago.
A couple of days ago. Why wasn't it revealed before then?
I don't know. Like I don't watch him to know if he did. He just played a clip where he was talking about him being in a relationship. I don't remember if it said that she was a single mother. I don't remember if that was said, but I don't watch him enough to say he didn't do something or did do it. So I won't say that. That's like, man, I see his whole style and method, and I see how how he can slide in and out that argument. So people give him that out.
Because you know why? Degrading black women is a
It's lucrative.
yes. That's why. Degrading
People make money off
women
of it.
is money. And
Hmm.
so that's what it is. Because if he was to come out here and say, well, you know what? I've dated a baby mom, and actually she is a exception to the rule, you guys, it wouldn't be right. He couldn't make no money off that. So why? This is why he started talking
Noah,
bad about black women.
Noah, now.
Nola, get your ass over here.
Where the fuck is she at? Noah, girl, I can't see out here.
Nola, bring your ass. But yeah. Thanks for listening to my shenanigans.
Where is it? Am I tripping?
You outside.
Yeah. She just
Right.
snuck in the
Commander
house.
say Nola is digging. She is digging.
She just snuck in the house. I don't know when she went past me. Told y'all I can't see shit. Dog snuck past me, went in the house. I'm outside looking for her. She at the back door, like, you coming in?
Dang, then beat you.
She had to slide past me because I didn't hear her. Like, she know how to open the bottom door, the outside door. She had to pull it open.
Yeah, but old girl, she remind me a lot like you, man. I'm telling you, all of the she very smart. She
Oh,
reads,
yeah. Yeah.
but like you say, it's just the way you teach it. You just give the information, but then she use it and she manipulates it and do it the way she do it.
Yeah, she's slick with it. She's slick with it. But that's why I be telling people just look for certain things. When people try to shame you, then they on some bullshit. And it's hard not to do when you
My bad. But it's hard not to do sometimes because when you're talking about something that people don't know, you can't determine how a person may feel. People might feel shame because they don't know or they didn't notice or so you can't do that. But when you intentionally shaming people, like that's how you know people be on some bullshit. Like when you're intentional. That's how who's just doing that? Oh, I ain't gonna say their name, but Commander on that video I was playing of that dude when he was talking about DoorDash. It's like you calling out a scammer, but you insulting the people she's scamming. Like, make that make sense. Like, if I'm trying to help you, why I'm gonna tell you you stupid, and that's why I'm exposing it because she was taking advantage of you and you didn't know. That's the whole point of me exposing it. So why would I shame you? You know, even the queen maker lady. Like, if you're giving information to people that are unaware of it, why are you shaming them? You
Hmm.
That's that emotional trigger.
Hmm. And then she put men in the middle of it
Hmm.
and used it like that.
Because she know all these women been hurt by men, and men can do the same thing. It's men in a red pill. They do the same thing. Men been hurt by women. Women been hurt by men. That's just what it is. Both sides got their own little dirty things that they do, the man and the women. But ultimately, is being aware of that, identifying it, and staying the hell away from it because that's not all men and women. That's a population, and unfortunately, it's easier to see the negative. The negative kind of drown out the positive. So you'll notice the lesser versions more than the right version.
Mhm. Even the men, bro, is just, and it's not just about the men or whatever, but it's kind of like, cause like, even I noticed that convicts are not the same anymore. Cause I'm in the prison. Like the real convicts now versus the convicts today are not the same people.
Uh-uh.
You got kitty petty stuff that goes on now. Like, and the other convicts, like, they stay away from you. They don't want to deal with you. You know what I mean? Like a real convict don't want to deal with a CO. Not unless they have to.
Right.
They want to be the only ones taking advantage of people. Yep, that's a fact. I don't know, man. People just get on my nerves, okay? At the end of the day, this is aggravating, and I'm ready to go back in my four walls and not deal with people no more.
But that's what is dealing with the right. That's what I'm learning. It's just dealing with the right people, and unfortunately, you gotta kind of go through dealing with the bad people to find the right people.
You can't do that word when you can't pick and choose who you want to work with. Word, it don't work
No,
like that,
I'm not talking.
unfortunately.
I'm not talking about at work. At work is different. You got to go in there and deal with the cards that's dealt. But it's how you interact with them too. Like, um, should stay out of their way and they stay out of your way.
Hmm.
You know,
True.
but
Agree.
in general, like in life, because a lot of the experiences what made me not like people was because of like school and work. But I just had to realize in life, but even in real life, you will be dealing with different types of people who you may be cool with this year. They might do some fuck shit if you ain't cool with them next year. So, I mean, even that'll make you be like, I don't want to deal with people. Shit, even family. Like,
Hmm. That's me. Thanksgiving coming up. I'm not fit to waste my energy just because it's Thanksgiving and I'm supposed to be around you because it's family. Nah, fuck that. Bruh, if I can't stand being around you or you a waste of my energy and you gonna drain me, nah, I'd rather not even go to the family function. I'm good. I'll stay at home.
protect them peace at all costs.
Facts.
I mean, that's one of the hardest lessons I had to learn. But the more you practice it, the easier it become. Like, I don't even think twice now. Family or friend, if you got to cut somebody off, you know, family, I give grace. Go work on yourself, and when you finish doing that, come holler at me. I'll give family grace, but everybody else, like, I'm straight. I experienced it. Have a nice life. But shit, I cut family off too. Like, shit, go work on yourself, get right, and then come back and try again. That's what I had to do. So, and it worked. You know.
I'm be honest, sometimes I don't even give family grace. It just depends because I be tired.
Yeah.
And when I'm fed up, I just don't even want to worry about you no more.
I mean, some people you give them an inch, they'll take a mile. So, you know.
My bad. I done sat up here and took over the whole show. I ain't even letting nobody else come up.
Oh no, ain't no. I don't think nobody else hit the link. I'm sorry if they did. I was outside. But no, I wouldn't. I wasn't gonna stay on long tonight anyway. I got to get up in the morning and get the house ready for my nephews and my wife going. They celebrate my mom's. The girls are. They're doing the seafood boil Harry Potter night or something over my sister's house. So all the women going over there, and then I got the boys. The boys go. My brother-in-law going to the football game. So I said I'll watch my nephews. I
Oh,
wanted
okay.
I wanted them to be locked down with me for 24 hours anyway.
Spend time with Uncle.
Yeah, I get to throw them around while they still little. I beat them up. Yeah, they gonna be big in a minute. I ain't gonna be able to beat them up. So I'm gonna take advantage of it now. No, I'm joking, but yeah, two of my little mans. Yeah, 'cause I'm different from like all the males in my family, so
Hmm.
I have a unique experience chilling with Uncle D.
But definitely, that's what I want to come up here and talk to you about. I'm gonna probably drop down or whatever, but I definitely want to talk to you about the inductive and deductive reason about, just like I say, I don't think about the definitions of it. I just in my brain, this is what I do, and I want to ask you, that what inductive and deductive reasoning is? That's what I thought it was, but I wanted to make sure with you when you was giving the definition.
Oh yeah, I think I might have because I had because Gary was asking about the different chakra chakra mantras, and I'm like I did a video, but I think I had to delete it, and I think I deleted that inductive deductive reasoning. I did a show on it.
Yeah, I remember that.
I think I deleted it, so that'd be fun to do it over. I definitely because like I said, it's a tool. Of just comprehension. And seeing the style because the reasoning part is like so what you is the process. So you will be using inductive or deductive reasoning to understand what a person is saying, but when you see other people, you want to understand if they're using the inductive or deductive argument, and then you can break down their argument by understanding how they got to the point of the argument, and that will be inductive or deductive reasoning. So, like, if I use inductive or deductive reasoning to understand something, I would use inductive or deductive reasoning to convey it to you. You see what I'm saying? So,
Hmm.
the benefit of understanding what a person is using is getting back to the root. And getting to the root, now you understand the intention of the person, because there's a reason people use deductive reasoning. Reason people use deductive reasoning is because they 100% sure of what they're saying. So they go back it up. The reason people use inductive reasoning is to try to influence you, to try to convince you.
Oh yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So deductive reasoning is based around fact or observation, something that everyone can see. Inductive reasoning is more of a hypothesis.
Hmm.
So, um, like even when I teach, what I use is what they call reductive reasoning. And what that is breaking something down to the simplest form, breaking down. But why would somebody do that? The intention is so people can understand. The simpler I make it, the easier it is to understand. So that's why I use a lot of reductive reasoning.
And another thing you had stated too before I go is like people don't comprehend what someone is saying or like not comprehending the definitions. And I totally agree with that. And I'm definitely at fault at that. Like, and I don't know what it is about society or just us in general. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. And maybe you can help me with this. Like, I don't know what it is. We'll hear one word and we'll automatically think, oh, this what this means. And then when you look at the definition, man, you look real dumb. That's all I'm gonna say. But we
Is
have in our mind that this is what it means.
and that's because of the way it's used, basically. Like like I, oh my bad, I got this phlegm. But like when me and Gary was talking that day, and we was talking about similar and same, there's a lot of things that's similar that we assume that it's the same thing. Even similar and same, people think similar is same, and it's not.
No.
It's not. But that's just how we associate things. Like a lot of times, like when people use words, like I say, like I understand what you're saying, but you're using the wrong word, and that word creates context. Like when you talk about a noun or a verb, that's what's creating the context of the sentence or what you're trying to say. So just using the wrong word, even though you're trying to convey something, it can get misunderstood because of that word and the understanding of that word from the person you're talking to. They might look at the word different. Like in your area, a word may be used normally to mean one thing, but then when you go outside that area, it means something else. So um, like deviant.
What?
Yeah, commander like deviant. Like she's saying a word like deviant, but it's a whole bunch of words. Like I say, like is uh like a lot of times people, you know, and it depends the audience too. That's why I try to keep things simple and you just use. I don't try to go into my vernacular and use all these crazy words because people might misconstrue what I'm saying. So, um, I use words that people have a general understanding and acceptance to. So it's just understanding your audience. Like I talk differently when I talk, like even like talking to people at the hospital when I worked there. I talk differently talking to them than talking to people, in the hood.
Right.
I can talk different. My word selection, it'll be different. So it's just understanding, and that's why I always tell people like a lot of times our understanding of words is due to our environment or the experiences we have and how those words was used in those environments. But like online, like you said, different personalities, people come from all different walks of life. So on here, I just noticed that a lot of people, I don't want to say, be trying to sound smart, but the way they talk, it just it resonate different, and some people, try to. I'm just to say it, try to sound smart and use words they don't quite understand, and create a whole different context just by that one word. You can change the whole context of what you're saying. That's what language is. I don't know. I don't know. But it's like like even correct. Like I corrected Gary the other night because he was that's a pet peeve of mine. I hate when people say dialogue. I mean when they say dialect and mean to say dialogue. Like conversation. Like we're having a dialogue right now. Dialect will be more like the way we speak in different regions. So your dialect, because you're from Texas, it sound different from my dialect because I'm in Michigan. So our slangs will be different. The words will be different. That's dialect. But dialogue is the actual conversation you have. That's just a pet peeve of mine. I hate that.
That teach.
I don't know why that bothers me so much.
Teach. That's what I'm talking about.
But that's what I don't know. See that's why I appreciate you because it's like we can learn from one another. Like there's no ego there. Like you talk about things I don't know. I sit back, listen, and learn. But other people is like I don't know. They be intimidated or something. Because somebody like I think everybody has some form of intelligence. It might not be in the spiritual sector. It might not be in the food sector, but it might be in life or a different aspect of life. You might be smart in math. You might be smart at video games. You might know how to organize. Everybody got their own little unique talent. I don't see why people be getting so jealous or feel like they got. I don't feel like why I don't compare myself to people. So I guess that's why I don't feel that. So when I hear people teaching, I just be quiet and listen. Like shit, maybe I can learn something. That'd be my. I don't know. Most people, like I'm about to be petty. No, I'm gonna be quiet. I think the best way you can teach is from experience, because when you teach from experience, you can delineate, you can go deeper into the conversation to explain certain things. But when you teach something that you haven't been practicing, um, I think that's I don't know. I don't know.
I think that's a good thing when you're able to go deeper into the conversation.
Yeah,
It
because you can
shows a
ask.
level. It's not like you're just. It shows that you can go deeper, and you don't look at things at just face value.
And you can actually benefit people,
Yeah,
because like when they ask the tough questions, you'll have the tough answers.
and
Why?
challenge.
Yeah, because you experienced it, you know, because you experienced it. So you can answer those questions. I think it's wrong to give people advice without giving them advice, if that makes sense. People
Wait,
be
say that
like,
again.
I think it's wrong giving advice when if you're not giving advice. Like, how you gonna tell somebody to do something when you ain't telling them how to do it?
Yeah.
Like, you need to do this. Well, how do you do that? Now, like, this is what I'm saying, right? So, like, you can talk about day trading, right? So, if you tell someone like you should try it, you should get into day trading, it can change your life. And they asked you, well, how do you get into it? You can explain to them. You can get in this group. You can go in this group. Well, I got a kid. Guess what? I got a kid too, and this is how I worked around that.
Mhm.
Well, I don't want to really leave my job, but I want to leave my job. So how would I know when it's time to leave my job? Oh, because you know what I'm saying. You can get into when people have those tough questions, you can answer it. But it'd be some people be like, you need to be motivated. Well, how do I get motivated if I just lost a loved one? How do I do
Mhm.
that? Well, you just have to pull through it. What you mean you just have to pull through it? You ain't got no techniques or nothing. You ain't got no like damn, you just gonna tell me to do something without telling me how to
Right.
do it. Like I don't I think that's irresponsible. For me, that's just irresponsible. That's
Mhm.
like that snake oil salesman to me. Like
I agree.
I don't
My
like.
only problem is the people who come up with different excuses. To me, it's just like,
Mm-hmm.
well, why did you even bring it up?
Mm-hmm.
If you busy, you got this, you got that. Like, why even bring it up? Because all you doing is making an excuse. Now, for
Excuse
the people
after
who want to
excuse.
do it, huh?
Excuse after excuse.
Right. And it's like you looking for a pity party. I'm not supposed to be no pity party for you.
Mm-mm.
I'm
I can't.
just not. I can't do that.
Shit, I don't even pity myself. But I be telling people that like Commander the other night. I was being honest. I tell everybody to care about how you feel. I'm telling them to care about how they feel because I'm busy caring about how I feel. So I can't really care about how everybody feels. It's hard enough to care about how I feel. It's a process and it's work. That's why I'm telling you to do it. And she was like, just tell them to care about how they feel because I don't care. And I'm like, right. That's it. That's it. That's exactly it because it's hard, and for me to care about how I feel, I can't care about how everybody feels because I can't
Right.
control that. I cannot, and it's like even that, right? Like if people heard me say that, right, they'd be like, "Damn, he don't like people," or "He don't." No, I don't like people, but I love them, right? They won't understand the context of what I'm saying. They just hear me saying I don't like people.
Right.
No, it's not the fact I don't like people ways, and I can't determine how people act. So just in general, but I got love for everyone. I care for everyone. I want everyone to do the best. I just ain't got time to care about every individual. Nah,
Well,
on the
go back
individual,
to the time when you did. How was it?
horrifying, and because I put myself through hell. That's what I did.
Right.
I put trying to please everybody, trying to make sure, and I was never happy. That's hell.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make people. You can't make nobody happy. You know what I'm
Mm-mm.
saying? You can't do it, but you trying to do it, and you losing yourself. You know. So, but then I found this: the more I treated myself good, the more people around me was like, "Hey, that look cool. Let me try it." You know. People want to know how you get. Somebody said something earlier. I wish I could find it, but dude was like, "No one's seen nobody get their shit together." That's because people go away, get their shit together, and come back because they need that time away from people so they can focus on them. And that's how you get your shit together.
Mm-hmm.
And that's true. Like when you trying to get yourself together, you have to be priority.
Yeah.
And if you're not priority, then you ain't trying hard enough. I don't think you actually trying at all.
Try. I don't know. Well, yeah, I always say they not trying hard enough, but you got people who literally don't understand. Like they don't even be by themselves. They don't even sit back to even think, what are my thoughts? And then what is somebody
Uh-huh.
else's thoughts? What do I want? Why am I like this? Or why is it like that? You got
Hmm.
people that never really sit back and even think about it. Even though I don't like being alone, it's a good thing because I have a lot of thoughts in my mind all the time. And it's just thoughts of what I want or what I'm thinking.
Hmm.
Nobody else putting any other thoughts in my head.
You can actually hear yourself.
Yeah.
And that's why I said most people don't even know why they don't like things. Half of the time they don't
Mm-mm.
like things because somebody told them not to like it or somebody else said it was bad, but they never really truly thought like I don't like this because the way it makes me feel this way, it makes me feel that way. No, they don't like it because they was told it was bad.
Right.
That belief shit.
Hmm. So, anywho, I enjoyed this conversation though. I
This
hope I
was dope.
wasn't too much on here.
Oh nah, this is a great conversation. Man, if you ain't pop up, I would have got off probably about an hour ago. I was about to get off, but I enjoyed this. Um, I missed this, man. We gotta have more. I know you busy, but yeah, I love talking to my nine.
Yeah, hopefully I won't be too busy. We gotta get together too. I need to get back in the chat and we gotta discuss about the show and when we gonna do that.
Yeah,
We
well,
never
we got
came up with a date.
no, we gotta come up. I think sometime the first week of December they was talking about. I don't know because I know they wanted to do it that Monday, but I was like I was gonna be gone, and then I got sick. I might have to. Man, I ain't even about to talk about that on here. But yeah, I just gotta keep going, get my checkup or whatever, make sure I'm straight. But we,
Mm,
yeah, we good. We good.
I gotta hit you up though. But that's wild. That IG, you gotta be online to get
Yeah,
there.
yeah, the app got to be open because I kept missing calls. I mean, I didn't even know you called.
That's
I was,
stupid. Why did they do it like that?
I don't know. I know I was laying in the room all day. We had went out for a minute and my head was banging. I was laying in the room and something popped up on my phone. And then, like on the lock screen, I seen missed call, and I'm like, then I went to the thing, and I'm like, I didn't even hear the phone ring, and I looked at the time, and I'm like, I was actually, I think I was in Walmart or something, But I'm like, I know where I was at that time because I looked at the time because the boxing match was coming on or a fight, something was coming on, and I'm like, maybe it was the game, and I looked at the time and I'm like, oh shit, yeah, I was in Walmart, but yeah, it didn't come through. And Gary called earlier, and it came through, and I'm like, he was like, is the app open? I was like, yeah, I was texting in the chat when you called. And he was like, that's why, because the app was open. He said, when the app not open, it won't ring. And I'm like, it must be a new setting or something. We probably just got to go in there and turn on.
Mm-hmm.
They probably added, when they be adding stuff, because they didn't do that before. It rang like a regular phone.
Right.
I'm about to work on that Discord too.
When you going back live?
Um, I'm gonna go live sometime next week. I do not know. Sometime, Lady Shay want to do that part two.
Yeah, what's up? Y'all doing an interview on your channel or on her channel?
Probably over here. Over
Yeah.
here.
Hope y'all do it around the time I'm up, because last time I was tired.
I can try to do it early. My wife got some days off next week. Is it next week? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little holiday, so if people celebrate Thanksgiving or holidays, happy holidays to y'all, everybody.
Yeah, we'll be doing a harvest. We call it Reflection Day. Yeah, we call it Reflection Day. So we'll be bringing in the harvest.
Oh yeah, that's what you call it.
Yeah.
That's what's up. But all right, y'all, I'ma head out. Holla at y'all.
Yeah, I'm about to get my butt off here. I appreciate you, sis.
For sure, later night.
Later now. Yeah. Um, yeah, man, I appreciate y'all rocking out with us. That's all I wanted to say. I just want to tell people welcome to the community. As Commander say, if you support the nine, you're a nine, and that's all we saying is welcome. We're just doing it intentionally because look, we do it without intention now, and ain't nothing wrong with that, right? Good, we have fun, but doing it with intention is just more benefits. You know what I'm saying? And for me, it's just I want y'all to know that I'm here to help develop. I'm here to be developed. I'm here to assist, and I'm here to take any assistance that's given. I'm here to network. I'm here to build. I am a content creator, but that's by default. What we doing on here, we can do off air. And when I say build a community, that's building a network. You may have knowledge or information or even resources that I can benefit from. You may have a business or a service that I can benefit from. That not only not me, but people around me. We talk about supporting one another. Um, that's how we do it in life. Maybe because you might have a little small business, but if we come together, your small business can become a big business, and your big businesses become resources to us. That's how things work. That's how communities get built and thrive, and we can do that on here. Just being intentional, being with the right people, doing the right thing. Appreciate you, Nine. Appreciate you. Hold on, I ain't played this since Commander. Where's it at?
When you get 500,000 or better. Boy, get this money. Would you get this money? Boy, get this money. Would you get this money? Boy, get this money. Would you get this money? Boy, get this money. Get this money. Get this money. It was like
I appreciate that, sir. Shout out to Blade. Rest in peace. Man, that dude, I wish I had an opportunity. That dude was his personality was like just electric, The whole city of Detroit loved that man, except for his ops. But everybody loved Blade. He was like Big Sean. And, he was just a hood version. He wasn't, or he was like Eminem. He was the hood version. But shout out to Blade, man. Rest in heaven. But yeah. So we it's just networking, building, being intentional, supporting people. If somebody need help, that's what I'm here for. You know, and hopefully, if I need help, you'll be willing to help me. But that's how we build. We ain't got nothing but us. So at the same time, I want to be that example. So you know, like I said, I don't mind creating something where most people feel like it can't be because all the things we talk about. But that's why we talk about it, to show how we can be. You know, we can come together. We can unite. Just not everybody. Can't come. Everybody ain't welcome because people coming in with the mentality that it won't work. Those gonna be the people to find reasons for it not to work and fuck shit up. So um, we want people who want it. People who desire it. That's why we creating the space. So this, like I said, is a safe space. You come build. You at your own. You don't lose your individuality. Um, there's no tearing down. We build people up. Come as you are, flaws and all. Your flaws to me make you who you are. If it's something that you want to work on and I can help you, I'm gonna help you. If it's something that we need to talk about, we can talk about it. Get some understanding. We ain't gotta criticize people. We all made mistakes. Different mistakes. Um, but it's about learning from them. So we can help each other even learn from some of our mistakes. Maybe it's things that I quite don't understand, that people gave me insight on, and I'm like, oh, okay, now I understand, you know. So that's what it's about becoming better, But to do that, we got to do better. So I'm trying to be that example of doing better. I'm not gonna be a content creator coming on here doing all that beefing and tearing down. It's easy to tear people down. It's hard to build them up. It's very hard. It's hard to build yourself up, let alone someone else. But that's the challenge. That's why the nine is here. You know, um, we build people up by just information. If it's me with my information, if it's Tay showing y'all how to eat vegan, if it's Gary inspires, if it's BDB making you laugh, bringing the good music, if it's Commander with all her knowledge coming up here spilling sauce, Lady Shay, shout out to Lady Shay, shout out to all the people who support the nine. Like I said, riders, shout out to riders, man. Everybody who come through and hit the panel and build, that's what we doing, you know. So yeah, let's continue doing this. We're gonna be intentional. I got some stuff coming up. But like I said, I can't really deep dive into it until after the new year. But I got to get some stuff together on my end. For me to be better for you, I got to get better myself, right? I got to take care of myself. So yeah, I'm gonna get myself together. Um, yeah, but I'm gonna keep rambling and talking. But y'all know what I always say: care about how you feel. These are conversations to build nations. And if I say anything that resonated with you, do me a favor, hit that share button, tell somebody, help me spread the word. But until next time, I'm out.